Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to talk a little bit about my car shopping and our trip to Japan and opening a bank account in the Philippines finally after almost 8 years here in the Philippines. Stick around. Alright guys, so literally Maya and I leave for Japan in 2 days. And so probably by the time you watch this video, we'll be already on an airplane or already in Tokyo. So we're pretty excited about that. And when we get back, we will be purchasing the car. We shopped for the car and we looked at really the Toyota Yaris, the Ford Territory, and the Kia Sonet. And overwhelmingly, people said, buy the Toyota. Well, the Toyota is 423,000 pesos more than the Kia Sonet. Comes with a 3-year warranty versus the Kia, which is 423,000 pesos less. Comes with a 5-year warranty. So a lot of these things are going through my decision making, cost and comfort and safety, all of these things. Haven't totally decided yet, but we will decide pretty shortly. So we'll see what happens. You guys will obviously, I'll bring you along when the car purchase happens. Now, when I first arrived in the Philippines, I was working here, and the company I worked for opened up a Metro bank account for me because they direct deposited my salary every month into that bank account. So I never really had to deal with opening a bank account. I had a Metro bank account for 2+ years. It is now closed. And I've survived just fine without ever needing a bank account. I really don't think anybody really technically needs a bank account. It can make life easier for certain things. I still believe you should not have your disability, your pension, or really any direct deposits going into your Philippines bank account. I think it's much easier to deal with a bank from your home country. If there's any type of fraud or anything like that, I think it's much easier, quicker, and more efficient to deal with your bank from your home country, which I've recently experienced. So in terms of that, I still stand where I stood before. Have multiple ways to access your money, have a couple of bank accounts, have a Wise account to transfer money, maybe even a cash remittance, and a credit card is always a good idea. So I have multiple ways to access money. So now let's jump into the Philippines bank. Why would you need a Philippines bank account? Well, if you're going to do like a large purchase, for example, maybe you need the deposit money for your SRRV, you could transfer that into your Philippines bank. If you're going to purchase a motorbike, maybe there's a motorbike you like that's 150,000 pesos, you could transfer it into your Philippines bank easier. If you want to maybe transfer your living expenses all into your Philippines bank for each month for spending, groceries, rent, things like that, it's great. If you use your bank that you open the account with, there's no ATM fees, and even if you go outside the network, it's typically only 18 pesos. Don't keep a ton of money in your Philippines bank, just enough for your monthly expenses should be fine. That should suffice. But if you're going to buy a car, which I have now learned, having a Philippines bank is going to come in handy. It'll be much easier to transfer money, a large sum, into that bank, and then be able to have the money more easily, more readily available to make the car purchase instead of transferring with my own bank in the U.S. So things, maybe if you were to buy a condo, any kind of large purchase, maybe you're getting married and you're paying for a whole wedding and things like that. Maybe you're going to build a house, buy a condo, things like that. So again, a Philippines bank account, not a bad idea. The problem is for most of us, when you get out here to the Philippines, unless you have a permanent visa, you're either married to a Filipino and you got a 13A, you're retired with a SRRV, then they don't want to open a bank account for you. They want that permanent Visa with your ACR card, your Visa, permanent Visa, and things like that to be able to open the bank account. Well, here in Dumageddon, from the advice of old dog Paul, he said, hey, I bank here, didn't need my 13A marriage visa to open it up. And I said, oh, okay, what bank is that? Because we met for coffee the other day. And he said, Commerce Bank. And so I went down to Commerce Bank here in Dumageddon. I don't know if they're all over or not. They do have an app and everything. And I said, I'd like to open a bank account. And I said, I am married to a Filipina. And they said, well, you know, that's not really even necessary. You can do it on as a tourist. You just need your ACR card, which basically means you're going to have to be in the Philippines at least 3 or 4 months to get that ACR card. They wanted 2 forms of ID, so a driver's license, a passport, and they want something showing that you're kind of here long term. In other words, like a lease agreement. So that 2 forms of ID, my lease agreement, and my tourist ACR card, and that was all they required. And I went in, and after about 50 signatures later, I'm not kidding you, I went in that morning, did about a bunch of signing with Maya. Maya and I are going to do this account joint. Again, this is not a savings account. This is just kind of an everyday expenses, you know, groceries, rent, things like that. So we signed all the paperwork, and then they said, we'll give you the account number in the morning. They don't give it to you on the spot. So we'll come back this morning, we'll have the account number, then I can register online. And the debit cards with the MasterCard logo will come in 2 weeks, which is fine because we're going to be in Japan anyway. So when we get back from Japan, we'll have the debit cards, we'll have the account open, and that is when we plan on purchasing the vehicle. And then I can transfer money from Wise directly into my Philippines bank. And that will make things much easier for buying a car. And by the way, you guys overwhelmingly in my new video about shopping for a car have said that the Toyota is the way I should go. Again, 3-year warranty, 423,000 pesos more. So I definitely hear you guys, and I'm considering it. The Kia, I think, has come a long ways from its early days when it was first introduced to the market. I think it's a much better car now. It's much less expensive. I get more for my peso. And also the 5-year warranty I'm liking. Plus, I really like that they have a qualified technician and diagnostic machine and everything right at the dealership if I have any issues. I like the options that it came with. So I'm still debating it, but I have looked at your advice, and I'm definitely considering it. So we shall see. I did discuss that financing is available for foreigners. If you're a tourist and not on a permanent visa, it's going to probably require a bigger down payment, and it's probably a higher interest rate. And if you're on a permanent visa, then it kind of opens up better financing and things like that. There's some things I really don't like about financing here, so if at all possible, I really wouldn't do the financing here. I would just save up the money. I tell you what though, cars are much cheaper here in the Philippines than in the US anyway. Let me know what you guys think. I will post that video up above again and at the end of this video so you guys can see it. But there was 3 cars that I really liked. I did kind of shop at other places too. I just was not that impressed with the price and the vehicle and everything. So these are the 3 I'm going with: the Toyota Yaris, Ford Territory, and also the Kia Sonnet. Let me know again what your thoughts are. But guys, we will be in Japan for 2 weeks. When I get back, big things happening. Car purchase. I didn't think I would ever buy a car, to be honest, in the Philippines. But there's a lot of pros to it. Rainy. Every time I go out driving here in Dumageddon or even Cebu, when I got back home, I could just wipe the dirt off of my face. That's how dusty. It really kicks up a lot of dirt and exhaust from other vehicles. and I like that I'll be cleaner. It can be quite hot here, and so I'll have aircon. I can listen to my music. I kind of miss those days of just relaxing in the vehicle with the aircon and my music on, and I won't be as dirty. You know, we're a family of 3, so it'll be much easier. I don't feel comfortable with 3 of us on the motorbike. You'll see in the Philippines, you'll see 7 people on a motorbike and carrying a goat. That's not ever going to be me. Even 3 people is way too much for me. If you guys are moving out to the Philippines, contact my friend Mike Ross. He will help put you in touch with a local agent who can help you find your next rental or even your next purchase here in the Philippines. His information is on the screen. Pause the video and you can get his email, his website, and even his US phone number. Thank you guys again. Appreciate it so much, and I'll see everyone next time, probably when I get back from Japan. But I will be doing videos in Japan as well. So thank you guys. See ya. Ciao.